1-3, the police are requesting an ambulance to detail man screaming for one. Inside the Irish Social Apartment number 19, Park Street, West Rock Street.
Hi, you're watching the movie Canon. Watch Geo.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Movie Canon. I'm Giovanni, and this is the Mail Report, a show about movies, entertainment, and television news with a bit of discussion going on here. Let me change the music here. Let's change it to this one. There you go. That's the song I meant to play here. But thank you so much, guys, for watching here live. It's Saturday, January 17th, 2026. I still have the bad cough, so I may mute myself. I may turn off the camera, but I'm trying to move forward with it, so it should be okay. I do have a Canon Council member here today that will be helping me, and he will be providing his input on top 10 films/TV series of 2025. Mine are just going to be movies, but Adam will have a mixture of TV shows and movies. So we'll get the top 10. We're going to do a few honorable mentions first, and then we'll get to our top 10 list. I would say that 2025 was overall, at least the movies that I watch, and I do usually watch a lot of movies throughout the year. I do feel 2025 was a bit weak when it comes to the films that were released or the ones that I've seen. So you'll see some of the grades here. Some of them were surprising. Some of them were like last minute additions, and I'm sure with Adam as well. But let's go ahead and bring him in here. Mr. 1 out of 12. Here we go.
Since I was 3 or 4 years old, I've loved Star Wars. So we'll keep looking. We're getting into double jeopardy where things really get tense. Iron Man, knowing that the original Avengers are destroyed and the MCU goes down the drain. And also knowing that we destroyed Indiana Jones, Jurassic Park, Jaws, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Oh, man.
McClunky.
There you go. Adam,
all right. Hey, Gio, how are you? I like your alien t-shirt. That's cool.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. How you doing today, Adam?
Good. It's snowing here in upstate New York, so it's winter, and we got NFL playoffs and good stuff going on.
Okay.
I agree with you. It's kind of a meh year for movies, but some good streaming, which we'll talk about.
Oh yeah. And some of the TV shows that you added in your lists, they would have been in my list if I was doing TV shows.
Yeah.
But we'll get into it in a bit here. But Adam, as always, thank you so very much for joining here today. So let's look at the live chat real quick here. Okay, so yesterday, Mr. Sixco Mafia, Mr. Anthony, he became a channel member. So thank you so much, Sir Mafia, for entering the Canon Matrix, and welcome to the membership. Thank you so much. Then we have Mr. Wood out of 12, so hit that like button on the way in. So thank you so much, Adam, a moderator, a channel member, and here today as well. And then yes, guys, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. It will help with the algorithm and all that YouTube ecosystem craziness. So thank you so much there, Adam. Okay, go to Mr. Jose Plus, a moderator. Say, hey, what's up, everyone?
Jose.
Thank you so much, Jose, for joining us here in the live chat. He just wrapped up his Más o Menos live stream show earlier this morning. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and catch that. It's on Jose Plus channel and on 16 Fix channel as well. So thank you so much, Mr. Jose Plus. And then we have Mr. Valkyrie Magnus, a channel member.
Valkyrie.
Gio and Adam, thanks so much, Valkyrie, for joining us here in the live chat. Much appreciated there. And he was on the Canon Council last night on Figure Stock. So thanks so much, Valkyrie. He says, I'm at the doctor's office today, but I'll catch the show later. Oh, wow. All right. Well, Valkyrie,
Hope all's well there.
Hopefully you get better there. I know he mentioned he was a little sick earlier in the week, and he almost didn't make it yesterday. So looks like things a little worse, but hopefully everything's okay there, Valkyrie. Let us know. Keep us updated. Thanks so much, Valkyrie. Let's see. Then Adam says, watch Más o Menos later to see if Viking or Gym Collector won. So yeah, there you go. Let's see. Gotta catch the replay, says Mr. 1 out of 12. Have an awesome show, guys, says Valkyrie. Also, guys, if you're watching in the vertical format, I know some people don't like it, which is fine. But if you're in the vertical shorts form version, I did drop the link for the regular horizontal format. So you just click on the link. I pinned the message there. So you just click on it and you get to the regular version of it. But thank you so much, guys, there. Jose, definitely let me know who would have voted, who would have voted for Adam.
Yeah.
So,
and we see it. Rom-coms is the topic, so I'm really curious what they bring.
Yeah, I kind of like that idea because, I mean, I voted for it when it comes to the topics because I think it's because we already kind of, the ones who pitched their characters for Más o Menos, we kind of pick characters that we like either love or you know just want to talk about or whatever the case. But with this route, that's you don't really get a choice as to what type of character. It's more like that is like your job. Like here, I want you to make this figure because we need you to make this. What are you going to do with it? Type of thing. Yeah. And I kind of like that idea that okay, I got to think outside the box. What do you think was going to work? So I kind of like this option. And the rom-com was kind of perfect because a lot of us, well, I wouldn't say a lot of us, but some people don't really like rom-coms that much, right? That would be passionate to make a figure out of. So I thought that was very interesting.
I'd say, you know, a good amount of collectors, it's probably not their first genre of what they would choose.
Right.
But I do like some rom-coms, so I you know, I'm one of those persons who does like rom-coms.
Yeah,
it's done well.
I just don't pursue them, right? It's like you'll see a trailer of it, and it'll be like, oh, I can't wait to see that movie, you know, coming this summer or whatever. You know, the new Matthew McConaughey, although he hasn't really been doing rom-coms anymore, but you know, we have Mr. TJ Mike, a channel member. Happy Saturday, collectors. Thanks so much, Mr. TJ Mike, for joining us here. He was also on Figure Stock yesterday, and he was on Más o Menos earlier today. Let's see. Charlie the Unicorn joining us here. Thanks so much, Charlie. I've been seeing you on the chat more often. Thank you so much for coming back. And I did add a poll. Hold on a sec. I did add a poll, a question. Actually, it was a question, a Q&A type of thing. And then I asked, what was your favorite film released? Did I put when? What was your favorite film released? I meant in 2025. So that was a question, and I guess that's Charlie the Unicorn's answer. Predator Badlands. That was his favorite movie of 2025. So there's the Q&A, guys. Thank you so much there, Charlie. All right, guys. So that's it. So for this episode of the Met Report, I am doing again, I mentioned the top films, top 10 films / series with myself and Mr. 1 out of 12. So we'll be doing that now here today. Again, these are our own picks. We're not going to agree. Not a single person is going to agree with everything that's on their list, unless they're just straight up lying or something. It's not going to happen. We all have different opinions. We have different thoughts, different experiences and stuff like that. So there are going to be some odd ones in my scenario, in my case, that you may not expect them to be. It was surprised me, actually, when I went through the whole list of movies that I saw in 2025. I was like, you know what? I actually did like this more than that particular movie and so forth. But here we are. So let's see here. We have Mr. Johnny Chronicles, a channel member, says it's
Johnny,
Saturday and it's snowing. Much rather watch the stream than shovel snow. I'm sure, right, Johnny?
totally.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I hear that.
There, Mr. Johnny. I don't have any experience with that, but I'm sure it sucks. But there you go.
Not fun. Particularly when you got to clear a path for the dogs in the backyard. We have little dogs.
Oh yeah, I've seen your dogs.
Yeah.
The cute little dogs. I've seen them. I always say that I would like to live in an area that snows and rains a lot, but then again, I've been living here in SoCal most of my life, so maybe because I haven't experienced it, maybe if I actually did, maybe I wouldn't want it as much, right?
The snow's good around the holidays, and then once you get into January, where we're at now, mid January, yeah, we're done. I'm done. Bring back the warm weather.
How long does it usually last in your area, Adam?
Oh gosh, March. We've had snow. We've had a May 1st snowstorm before.
Oh wow,
So it's not typical, but it's not unusual.
Oh,
but end of March is by April 1st, you're in the clear. You can probably put the shovel and snow blower away.
So today it's kind of a little windy, but it's not really cold. It's a little warm, just slightly windy. And it was actually a year ago around this time frame where we got all those bad fires in the LA area. So it's been a year now, but it was very
horrible.
windy a year ago. Yeah, it was very bad. But yeah, let me see here. Oh, and actually, kind of like a random, boring fact that I kind of want to drop here. So apparently, California does not have a single spot of droughtness in like over 25 years. So we've been getting a lot of rain. So that's good, right? So
yeah, it's the upside.
Mr. Brick Artemis, a moderator and a channel member joining us here, says, "Go Bills."
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game today.
Is that who you're rooting for, Adam, as well?
Number one, Patriots, but I like, even though they're same conference, I do like the Bills. So if the Patriots don't make it, I'm gonna support the Bills.
I don't follow football, but who are they playing against? The Bills?
The Bills are playing against the Broncos today.
Oh, the Denver Broncos? Okay.
Yeah.
They've won a Super Bowl in the past, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Not recently, I'm guessing?
It's been a little bit. Been a minute.
Oh, okay. Says hola, Adam and Gio from Johnny Chronicles. Thanks so much,
Johnny.
Let's see. Charlie says, nothing a flamethrower can't take care of. Snow? Yeah, there you go. Driving in snow, it's okay, but other drivers sucks at driving in it. I can't imagine driving in the snow. I just can't. I think I would. I don't think it would be good. I mean, it's bad enough here when it rains in California that people are like driving crazily. But I can imagine snow. Let's see. Just talking amongst yourselves there. Let's see. Charlie says California stole all of Washington and Oregon rain this winter. Oh, okay. Maybe that's what that was, right? Because I know Oregon and Washington, they get a lot of rain, and we don't really get it over here. Let's see. Brick and the Bills are going down, says Johnny. So there you go. All right, guys. So thank you so much, guys. So let's go ahead and start with the list. So we are going to start with a few honorable mentions. I think I just put like 3 around there. So we'll do that. I think it starts with you, Adam. So here we go. So this is your first honorable mention, a TV series, right? On Max, isn't it? HBO?
Yeah, it's called Task. It's with Mark Ruffalo on HBO Max, and it's along the lines of. In fact, I think it may even be the kind of same universe, not same characters as Mayor of Eastham, with Kate Winslet.
Yeah,
it takes place in like the Delco area, Pennsylvania, Delaware. It's about a joint task force with the FBI and local law enforcement. And it's it kind of focuses on 2 main characters, Mark Ruffalo's character, who's a FBI agent who just had a horrible tragedy in his family, and then and I can't remember the actor's name, but this guy who's kind of been a near-to-well type guy who's had a checkered past, but is not necessarily a bad guy, but he's had a criminal history, and he gets himself involved in knocking off drug houses, and things just spiral out of control from there. And kind of it followed these two camps of people, and ultimately their inevitable meet up. And it just, it's just a great exploration of quote unquote good and bad, and justice and corruption. I highly recommend it. It's a limited series. So it wraps up the storyline in one season. It's worth a watch.
Yeah, I haven't seen this show yet. I would always see it advertised on when you go to HBO Max. They show you what's new or what's coming or whatever. But I actually haven't checked that out yet. Actually, quite a few of your lists I haven't actually seen yet. But that's one of your honorable mentions there, Mr. 1 out of 12. Mine, like I said, are going to be films. So I put 28 Years Later as an honorable mention. It was a solid, good movie. It does kind of take a different direction than I was thinking it would take, which is not a bad thing. I actually thought it was pretty good. I was never a huge fan of the 28 Days or 28 Days Later franchise. I thought they were fine movies. I just wasn't really that into them. I've seen all of them. And after watching this new one, 28 Years Later, I actually do like this one the most than the three. I know a lot of people like the first one with Cillian Murphy. And the second one, I think, was the weakest one. But I actually did like this one. And the lead is actually not the main A-listers that we've seen. Like Jodie Comer and Aaron Taylor Johnson is actually their son or the kid who kind of takes over the story there. And the Ray Fiennes was awesome. And the Bone Temple film just came out this weekend, so I'm planning on watching it. Hopefully I'm better that I could go tomorrow to watch that. So that's 28 Years Later. It's an honorable mention for me. But
I think this is a great film. I actually this would be an honorable mention. It wasn't on the list I gave you, but I would include this in mine as well. I thought I liked this franchise a lot. I've liked all three films so far of the 28, zombie or whatever. It's really a rage virus, I guess, but just zombie. I'm a fan of the zombie genre in general, and I thought this is a very good film. I thought the kid, the boy, he was a great performance by him. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Bone Collector. I agree with you on that one. Just kind of, I'm not sure I don't know what's on your list, but in terms of mine, this is an indicator. This was a great year for horror.
Oh, yes.
A great year.
Yes, I put that in my description of the video, that while it's one of the weakest years in film overall, it's a strong year for horror, for sure. Yeah. We have Johnny says, the premise of that show sounds intriguing, but lately Mark Ruffalo has rubbed me the wrong way, and seeing his face on screen upsets my stomach, he says.
Johnny, I totally agree with you. I guess the best I can say is, if I use that metric, I'm never going to watch anything. So
that is
still a very good actor, but I know what you're saying. I agree 100%.
Yeah, you have to ignore the personal, and then let's do the arts or whatever, the show, the movie, or whatever. But yeah, that's usually how it is, though. Brick says, Johnny, we meet again. So there you go. All right, so let's move on to Adam's next honorable mention, which I am interested in watching this now. So go ahead, Adam.
Okay, so I was never a conspiracy theorist or anything like that. I've always been interested in the issue of UFOs, Now they call it UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. I've never seen a UFO. I always wanted to. I've never seen one. I guess I'm curious, but I never really believed. It always seemed to me that if these stories were always some redneck dude, who's kidnapped and they get the probe or something.
Independence
it just seems kind of ridiculous. Like Randy Quaid's character in Independence Day.
Right.
But let me tell you something. What's come out in the last few years, I'm changing my mind on some of this stuff. So this is a documentary. It's called The Age of Disclosure. And if you watch News Nation has covered a lot of this stuff. This documentary interviews not some kooks, not like the guy in Ancient Aliens with the crazy hair, but serious military, American military officials, senior officials, former CIA and Director of National Intelligence, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, serious people of senior leadership positions in the United States government and they've testified in front of Congress that there has been a decades-long cover-up of alien craft or non-humanoid. We don't know what they are. And I don't know why there's not more serious media attention over this. If people are testifying in front of Congress, senior leadership people, it's just who cares? It's, I really think
no
this
one
is
believes
worth
it.
saying. No, and when you have senior military people, someone who used to one of the people who's interviewed in there used to be he was an admiral in the Navy who ran the NOAA, the weather, the chief weather forecasting and oceanography for the Navy. I think you got to take a look at this and see what's going on. Yeah, it is the plot of the X-Files. It's crazy. This is really worth a watch, because it's making me think that there's something to this.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in watching this, Adam. When it comes to the existence of aliens, I don't know if they visited us. I don't know. I'm sure we will never know, when it comes to all these galaxies and light years away. There's got to be life somewhere that we'll never even know about. But it's always interesting to see things like this. I definitely will be checking this out as soon as I can. The Age of Disclosure, which I didn't even know about until you brought it up, Adam. But thank you so much there. Charlie says, are including animated or strictly live action? Just any. If it's a live action animated, live action film, TV series that was in 2025. Like I said, Adam's doing both movies and TV shows, and I'm just doing movies, but animation could fit that as well. So thank you so much, Mr. Charlie. Let's see. They're out there, says Johnny, right? They're out there. Exactly. My application for MIB is still pending. So is mine. So still waiting for that. They're going to call me G. That will be my name for the MIB agency there. We are the aliens, says Charlie, with the twist, right? So we are the aliens. There you go. Brick says, people say we'd never see aliens because it would take thousands of years to get here. Well, what if they left thousands of years ago? Maybe. Exactly.
Or we just assume, there's who knows what technology some other race has developed,
Have you seen this movie with Adam Driver? I forgot what the name of the movie is. He lands in a planet. He land crashes or whatever in a planet, and then you see these dinosaurs and this weird shit.
I want to see it. I think it's on. It might be on Netflix now. It was on one of the streamers I didn't have access to.
Yeah, so I think they just added it on Netflix actually. I thought it was gonna be something different. I thought the twist was gonna be. Well, I mean, if you're gonna watch it, I guess I won't spoil it. But 65. There you go. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah. 65. So I thought it was gonna be a little twist when there's a human that's landing in a planet he's like, there's no other humans, and Adam Driver crashes there, and therefore something happens throughout the years. You know what I mean? But ultimately, I watched it and I didn't like it. But that was just me. Adam, we need to talk, says Britt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. Charlie says we are from Mars, which is why we are so drawn to go back. There you go. That explains the existence of Brick, says Johnny. There you go, right? Yeah, 65. Yeah, there you go. My honorable mention is a movie called Warfare. Now, this movie, if you ever had any desire to go to battle or war, this movie will, not just this movie, but there's plenty of other movies, but this one definitely will deter you from trying to be involved in any kind of war thing. It was done very well. It's a great film. It takes place basically in one location. Nice pacing, great performances by everyone. So it was a great film overall. So I'll mention as a honorable mention there. But have you seen this movie yet, Adam?
I did. I agree. This would make my honorable mentions as well. Yeah, it was. I'm a fan of the war genre, and I think this was very well done. You know, it's basically about one battle in during the Iraq War, and it's pretty. It's kind of takes place in real time. When these guys are trying to, they come under assault, and they're trying to get out of an area that's being surrounded by, being surrounded. So it's pretty harrowing.
Yeah, and I wasn't that really interested at first to watch it because they've done movies set in Iraq like for the last 15 years, and I'm like kind of tired of it already. But I saw something, I forgot what I saw somewhere, where it was like a kind of like a real account as accurate as they possibly could to depict that event. And then I saw these great actors in it, so I was like, all right, let's just check it out. And then I took with some people, like even like my younger brother and my nephew, who's like 16 now or something, 17, and they all liked it. So, but it was pretty good. Let's see. Brick says, I hope someone has Band of Brothers.
Great show.
Actually, I haven't seen that.
Oh, that's one of the best. That's one of the best war. It's not a film; it's a miniseries. Spielberg, Tom Hanks produced it, and it's about I think it's the 101st Real Airborne Unit that parachuted into Normandy on D-Day. So it's a great complimentary to Saving Private Ryan.
Tom Hanks produced one of the producers for this, no?
He's the showrunner with Spielberg.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Band of Brothers.
And yeah, my cousin has been like telling me that I need to watch it, but I just, one of those situations where I just don't either forget or just don't end up watching it. And I know it's been out for like a decade now, I think, or more.
Yeah, it came out right before 9/11.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's been a long time. I should check it out though. Charlie says the only thing that crashed the 65 box office. That is true. It definitely did bomb, right? So yeah, definitely. Oh wait, this is only 2025, says Brick. Yeah, right, 2025. Brick Bob is an awesome series, but yes, it's 2025 specific. Yeah. Band of Brothers. Let's see, Alice. My sister Alice joining us here, a channel member. Did Heated Rivalry make the cuts? I guess you have to wait and see, Alice, if it'll make the cut. Well, Adam's the only one who's doing TV series. I'm not doing TV series, so there you go. Charlie says Band of Brothers was boring. Oh, wow.
Okay.
It still holds up, Gio, says Brick. Okay. Charlie says, I'm a big war film fan. See Patton, for example. Yeah, Patton was good. I remember Patton.
Yep.
It's been a long time since I've seen it. And Johnny says, Saving Private Ryan Saving Ryan's Privates is a classic, he says.
I think that's a
I don't know what
yeah.
movie you watched, John.
yeah. I think that's a different one.
Right? It says Waterfront was good and very underrated. I don't think I've seen that. Is that a series or a film? A break? I don't remember that at all. So that was Warfare. Next one is Adam's Superman. So there you go.
Yeah, I had kind of a tough time deciding between this one and one of my top 10 films, but I ultimately came, had this as an honorable mention. Really enjoyed it. But there's the other one I think maybe I like just a smidgen more. But I thoroughly enjoyed this film. It was a fun film. I look forward to seeing what happens next in that universe.
Yeah, I liked Superman. I didn't love it. So maybe it's in my list or maybe it's not. But yeah, so that's the Superman James Gunn. I thought yours was going to be much higher, Adam, so I was a little surprised. But yeah, so that's an honorable mention there for Mr. 1 Adam 12. Let's see here. We Were Soldiers is great too, says Brick. Yeah, that's the one with Mel Gibson, right? In Vietnam. Yeah, that was good. I saw that in the theater when I was in I think it was in high school when that came out. A series from Netflix this year, says Brick. Oh, so it's from Netflix. Let's see. Great pick, Adam. So there you go. Yeah, Superman. I think this is my last honorable mention, I believe. So it is Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein. Yes, it didn't make it to my top 10. I do like Guillermo del Toro. I still think his best film is Pan's Labyrinth. I didn't get the opportunity to watch this film in the theater like I wanted to. I don't know if it would have elevated my liking of the movie or not. Maybe, probably not. But it was a solid movie. I think the pacing was a little too slow. But overall, it was a great movie, great performances. This was the filmmaker to do this, to do Frankenstein, and glad it was made. So it's an honorable mention, but didn't quite make my top 10. Have you seen this yet, Adam?
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen Frankenstein like gazillion times. I just kind of feel like another one. But I know Guillermo del Toro. He made the movie where the lady screws the fish guy. What's that one?
Oh, Lady in the Water. No, not Lady in the Water. The Shape of Water.
Shape of Water. Yeah, that's a good picture. It was a great picture, but it's a good picture. I don't know. I like Oscar Isaac. So at some point, I may just have to sit and watch it. I feel like if I watch it, I feel like I gotta watch it. It's like I'm doing homework or something. Like
a chore.
Have your broccoli, do your homework. Like I said, I've seen this movie a million times, or the story, and I read the book and all that. Mary Shelley. But I know there's always different interpretations. I get it.
It's a beautiful film, if that helps a bit. But
okay.
It is long. It's like 2 hours and 35 minutes or something. But let's see. No, Waterfront is Netflix. Sorry. So yeah, I think that's what you meant. Yeah. Screws the fish guy. Yeah, from The Shape of Water. Exactly right. Let's see. Brick says, I like the actor who played Frankenstein. I always forget his name. Oh, Jacob Elordi, right?
Elordi, yeah.
Jacob Elordi. Yeah, Andrew Garfield was supposed to be Frankenstein. And last minute, they had to recast with Jacob. But it was going to be Andrew Garfield. Dude is super underrated as an actor. I liked him in this. He was pretty good. I mean, he's playing a monster, basically, but he fits for this. He physically and just everything. It looks well. The makeup and all the cinematography. It's great. So we'll see what Oscar love it gets for this. But there you go.
No, is this take as as the monster? Actually, Frankenstein's the doctor. As the monster, is he well spoken, or is he the Boris Karloff fire bad type of monster?
It's a little bit more. He's a little bit more eloquent than the classic Frankenstein for sure. But it doesn't get too much. Have you seen the Beauty and the Beast, the live action movie?
Yes.
You know how they kind of changed it a little bit, that they make the Beast like a little more, I don't know, more eloquent, I guess. I don't know if that's the better word for it. It's kind of a little bit like that. He's still the Frankensteinisms that we've seen, but he's a little bit more well spoken than the one from the classic version. Let's see. Brick says, "Wow, I didn't know that." Yeah, so they changed in the last minute. Movie with Margot Robbie looks good too. Yeah, I haven't seen that either. Is that out yet, Brick? I'm not sure. I don't know if it's out yet. All right, guys. So I think we're gonna get into the top 10, I believe. There you go. Top 10, Mr. 1 out of 12. Take it away.
So, like I said, it was very close between Fantastic Four and Superman. I think I love both movies, and I guess if it's a metric of are you going to order the Hot Toys figures? Well, yes, I do have the James Gunn Superman figure and Crypto right on my desk, right to my left here, and I actually have all 4 Fantastic Four Hot Toys figures pre-ordered, and I think I'm going to order that Galactus. So if that's a metric, cool. Yeah, I really I really liked that Fantastic Four film. I love the score. I like the world that that the director created in this quasi like Life magazine early 1960s universe that maybe didn't have the tragedies of JFK's assassination and the Vietnam War and all the other violence that we had in the 1960s, but that man got to move. That there was hope and optimism. I really like that world they created, and I'm looking forward to see how they integrate those 4 characters into the mainline MCU, because it's going to be a little, well, the mainline MCU it's not quite our universe; it's more like our universe. So I'm curious to see how that's all going to play out.
Yeah, speaking about the figures, I mean, I didn't pre-order any of them because, like I said, I don't usually pre-order Marvel characters. I don't love them as much as other stuff, but I do like the MCU. But there's some other characters that I prefer, like Spider-Man, Wolverine, stuff like that. But of the Fantastic Four Hot Toys figures that they announced, I think the best one is the Thing. I think that one is the best looking one, and I do like the Galactus, the way that they try to like fix it in scale so you can still have a Galactus Hot Toys figure. I forgot what they call it, the type of figure that it is. Forgot the name for it, but it's not exact. It's obviously it's not 1/6, right? But,
no,
but it looks cool though. It looks really cool. Let's see. Brick says, it says what? No. Superman 10 out of 10, but not on his top 10. He says he loved Fantastic Four until the 3rd act. Yeah, you've mentioned that before, Brick. So you're not gonna like some of the later lists, probably. Got the 1K Galactus statue. Looks good on SS. I mean on. What do you mean by SS? You talking about Sideshow or something else? Fantastic Four looks good. Look and feel was top notch. World building.
Yeah, totally agree.
All right, so let's move on to my number 10. Now, my number 10 is new. I just watched this, and I thought about it for a while, comparing it to other movies. So I was a little hesitant to add it here at the number 10 spot because I just watched it. And I kind of like to think about it a bit, marinate in it, before I make a decision, something like this. But it is Begonia, starring Emma Stone. And damn, I always forget the actor's name. What is the actor's name? He's a really good actor, which I think he'll win an Oscar.
Jesse Plemons.
Yes, Jesse Plemons, which I'm sure he'll get an Oscar someday.
Got to start on Friday Night Lights.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then he was in Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad, of course. Yes. Yep.
And Jungle Cruise. If you saw the Jungle Cruise live action,
he was in The Irishman. He was in. I'm sorry, not The Irishman. Another Robert De Niro film. He was in Flowers of the
Kills of the Flower Moon.
Killers of Flower Moon.
Yeah. So he's a great actor. So they need to give him an Oscar at one point. He's in this. It's a very simple story, really. Like there wasn't really much like effects or anything like that you needed to really do. You didn't need to get too like epic, even though there's a lot of questions while you're watching this film, because it's like you're questioning, like, is the guy nuts? Are those two guys nuts? Because they seem nuts. So are they nuts? What's actually happening? What is real? So until the very end, you realize what it is, whether it's what you thought it was, or maybe it is or it wasn't. So I thought it was a pretty good movie, solid throughout. I really liked it. Great performances, great story, great pacing, great direction. Emma Stone, she's like getting up there when it comes to her acting. She already has 2 Best Actress Oscars. She might get nominated for this role here as well. It's the guy who made Poor Things. So he made that film.
Yorgos something or other. Yeah.
Yeah, I always had trouble pronouncing his name, but I like Poor Things. It was a solid movie. I didn't care for the one that he made before with when the Queen. I forgot the name of that movie now too. I didn't care too much for that one. It got a lot of Oscar love too, but this is the best one of his movies in my opinion. But Begonia, surprisingly, made it to my number 10. So take it away, Adam.
This is actually was initially on my top 10, and then I saw 1 or 2 other things that kind of bumped it. But I guess if I did my list purely just on films and I didn't have some series that I really loved, this would be on there. You got to see this movie. It really Twilight Zone, and that's all I'll say.
I guess it's one of those
like
that
a Twilight
the least
Zone episode.
The least you know about, the better.
Yeah,
I think, right?
100%.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that.
If you like the Twilight Zone, then this is for you. And I was a big fan of the Twilight Zone.
Oh, okay, yeah. Brick says this is your guys' list. Totally fine, right? I haven't seen this. So there you go, Brick. Begonia. This movie gets an Oscar nomination, likely, says Charlie. I think if they do the 10 nominees, they don't always do the 10. It depends on how many movies came out, but it's a good chance it'll get nominated for something. Emma Stone. Big fan of Emma Stone, says Charlie. So there you go. So that was my number 10. Let's go to Adam's number 9. Take it away.
This is a movie called Train Dreams with Joel Edgerton, who those sort of Star Wars fans know him as playing. He played Uncle Owen in the prequels and in the Obi-Wan series. It's a very simple story. It's you can watch it on Netflix now, but it's a very simple story about this guy's life. It takes place. It starts out in like the late 1890s or so, and he's basically a lumberjack. Has a troubled life, and he marries, and just about his life. I want to say it takes place in like Wyoming, that area. I can't remember exactly. But it's a beautiful story. I mean, you're gonna cry in it if you're a sentimental person like I am. Just a really simple, beautiful story. Really worth your time.
I did see it. It was a bit sad. I thought the pacing could have been a little better. I thought it was a solid movie. It didn't make it to my top 10 list. Just as a little spoiler there, but a solid movie. I wouldn't necessarily want to rewatch it, but it's a nice looking movie. Like I said, simple story, like you said, and kind of sad.
I'm a fan of the sad film genre.
Oh, okay, all right, yeah. That's on Netflix. That's how I watched it. It was on Netflix.
Yep. Yeah, same.
My number 9 is surprising even for me, because again, when I went and looked at my list, this is a movie called Twinless. So it came out, and I just saw it a few months ago. I did like it. I wasn't expecting it to like it that much, but I thought the writing and the dialogue is key here. It's kind of like a black comedy, not like crazy black comedy, but it is kind of a little dark. And it has Dylan O'Brien, that you guys probably have seen in what's it called, the Maze Runner, and that new movie, that Sam Raimi movie that's about to come out, Send Help or something. I forgot what the name of that movie is. So he's in this. So there's these two characters here. So one of them, Dylan O'Brien, he's a twin, and the other guy is a twin. I'm not gonna give you any spoilers or anything, but the Dylan O'Brien character, his twin is gay, and so, but he dies. So then the other guy here, he's also a twin, and then they went to like one of those meetings, like when you lose someone, you kind of like try to cope, and they kind of meet and they kind of hang out, and it becomes some like craziness going on, and it was actually very entertaining and kind of funny, which I wasn't expecting. So I actually liked it quite a bit, but it's probably not for everyone. But that's Twinless. So that was my number 9, which I was surprised.
Is it streaming now? Do you know, or is it?
I don't think it is. I think you just have to rent it somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's my number 9. Let's see. So let's do, I think, number 8 for Adam. So take it away.
This is a TV show. It's on Hulu called Paradise. It's with Sterling K. Brown. He plays a Secret Service agent to the President of the United States, plays by James Marsden. Of course, plays Cyclops in the X-Men films. And Julianne Nicholson is a character who's like a tech tech industrialist. Her nickname is Sinatra. The less I say about this show, the better, because this is one of the great surprises. And is several of them in this show, and just a phenomenal show. I really don't even want to say too much about the genre of show that it is, but there's some very surprising things that you probably won't see coming, and so the least you know about it, the better. But it is an awesome show. And Sterling K. Brown, who is in This Is Us, the same showrunner as This Is Us. Of course, he played Killmonger's father in the first Black Panther. He's an awesome actor, and James Marsden is great in the role as President of the United States. And I guess the one thing I'll say is kind of there's some time things they do in it that's sort of similar to Lost, where they go back and forth in time to show you where things are. That you got to watch the show. I really don't want to say anymore because there's some, like I said, the least you know about it, the better.
Yeah, and I didn't know about this. Well, I mean, I saw it advertised on Hulu, but I watched it because of your recommendation, Adam. So I did watch it, and it was actually pretty good. So I did like this. They are doing a second season of this now.
Yeah, second season's coming out, I think, in February or March.
Yeah, so it has this guy. Here we go.
Yeah, Marsden is great in this as the president.
So yeah, so that was a good choice there. I did like this series. It's on Hulu, and yeah, like the least you know about it, the better at this point. If you haven't even seen anything, just check out the first episode. I think it's one of those things. If you don't like the first episode, then you're probably not gonna like the rest of it. But I think you'll be intrigued. I would think in the first episode. So that's Paradise on Hulu. Johnny says, "Color me intrigued, Adam." So yeah, there you go. My number 8 is a horror movie. It's a remake, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I I didn't think this would make it to my top 10 list at all. I just figured it would be another horror remake, and it is. But for whatever reason, I actually kind of really enjoyed this. I guess if you haven't seen any of these Silent Night, Deadly Night movies, it's probably best to leave it like that. It does get a little Dexter-y, the show Dexter.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of gets like that, but with like supernatural elements in there. So if you're a big horror fan, you probably already saw this, but it does take a little twist from the original. So it is a little different in that sense. But overall, I actually really did like this, and so much that it made it to my top 10. I don't think you've seen this.
I haven't seen this one, no.
Yeah. So that's a Silent Night, Deadly Night. Let's go to Mr. Adams, number 7.
So as we said, this has been a banner year for horror, and Weapons. This is an awesome movie, and again, it's probably many of you have probably already seen this, but the basic premise is that a classroom of elementary school kids one evening walk out their homes, and they run out and they go missing. And it's an exploration of what happens to these kids, what is going on in this town. And it's got a great cast. Josh Brolin is one of the parents. Garner, what's her first name? Who is in Ozark, and she played the Silver Surfer.
Or Julie? Julie or Julie?
Yeah. She's
Silver Surfer.
She's the teacher. Amy Madigan, who I haven't seen from in a while. Of course, she was in Field of Dreams, Kevin Costner's wife.
Uncle Buck.
She's in this, and she's incredible. She is incredible. She should get a Best Supporting Actress nomination.
That's my pick. That's my pick for this year's Supporting Actress.
She is wow. So again, beyond what I just told you, the less you know, the better. It is a wild movie. It is a great movie. Well worth watching. Yeah,
Weapons. It's on my list, so I won't say that much. But great film, and yeah, I do think Amy. What's her last name? The actress.
Madigan.
Madigan. She should. I think she might already be the front runner for Best Supporting Actress Oscar, but they'll announce the nominees next week, so hopefully she at least gets a nomination there. But Weapons, that's Adam's number 7. We have Mr. Ryan Swayze dropping by. Thank you so much for joining us, Ryan. He says, I absolutely loved Weapons. Yeah, so great film for sure. And thank you for joining us here again, Ryan. Johnny says, great pick, Gio. As a horror fan, I definitely appreciated that quote-unquote remake. Yeah, so you saw this, Johnny? Yeah, it was pretty good. Like I said, it does a little twist of the original version, the Silent Night, Deadly Night. So, and actually, there's this. I will tell you this. There's a scene where this guy takes out like a shitload of Nazis, which is awesome. So you could imagine. You can think of maybe like Inglourious Bastards in a way, kind of. So that was an awesome scene. So that was my pick there for number 8, and Adam's number 7 is Weapons. Let's see here. Johnny says Weapons was intriguing, and I recommended it to many folks. Another great pick, Adam. So yeah, there you go. All right, moving on to my number 6. I'm sorry, my number 7. Surprisingly, I actually did like Lilo and Stitch. Again, when I was looking at the list of the movies that I've seen, I was like, oh shit, Lilo and Stitch actually made it. I saw the original when it first came out in the theater. I think my sister Alice wanted to watch it or something, the animated movie. So we all went and saw it. And, it was fine. It was a cute movie. But it was never like one of the top, Disney animated movies. I was already older anyways. It came out in 2002. I think it was in high school. But then I saw this and yeah, that was pretty good. It was solid. It was funny. I do like the Stitch. He looks pretty good when it comes to the CGI and us. So he looks pretty good in this. Some people did not like the ending because it says it contradicts with some of the messaging of the culture or whatever the case, based on the animated movie, which I didn't mind, but I could totally get. But overall, solid movie. $1 billion film, making Disney some more money there on their live action films. So that's why it was number 7. I don't remember because I know we've talked about the figure about this, but were you planning on watching this, Adam, or you weren't?
I've seen the animated. I've seen the Stitch, the first one. Stitch has got a glitch. I think they had a cartoon. Emily was really into that. Lilo and Stitch, and then Leroy and Stitch. I've seen all that. I've seen all the animated stuff with her. I did not see the live action. Emily saw it, and she did not care. I think the changes they made didn't sit well with her. So she was not a fan. So she just saw it on her own on Disney Plus. So I have not seen it.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people who loved the animated movie. They did not like the change that they did at the end. But like I said, since I personally wasn't, I was like whatever about it anyways. I didn't mind it that much, but I totally get it though. I totally get why they would not really follow that. But yeah, so a live action Disney movie actually made it to my top 10, and there's a lot of shitty ones that Disney has made throughout the last 10 years. Number 6. Before we do that, let me play this. Here we go. Oh, you know what? I didn't even upload it. Go ahead, Adam.
I think I know what you're going to play. This is It, Welcome to Derry, and I like the first 2 It movies. I like the first one more than the second. I think this is my expectations for Welcome to Derry were honestly pretty low. The director, as much as I did like the first 2 It movies, but Andy Muschietti was coming off of what I thought was a dumpster fire in Flash movie. So they're gonna make a TV show out of this, really? So we tried the first episode, and I was pretty hooked in that first episode, and then we watched the rest of it, and this show is fantastic. I like this show more than I like the movies. And after seeing this, Andy Muschietti, he's signed on to make Batman Brave and the Bold in the James Gunn DC universe. Yeah, let him do it, man, because this guy's, I think maybe he just had issues that are outside of his control in the Flash. So this was first of all, Bill Skarsgård is awesome as Pennywise, and he was never more scary than he is in this series, even more so than the films. It's a great, the casting in this is excellent. The kids are so good. The period setting, it takes place in 1960. Well, not totally, but for the most part, it takes place in 1962, right? Prior to around the time of the Cuban Missile Crisis, or before that. Oh, yeah. And the kids, the casting of the parents, the adults, it's just so good. I love this show, and I like what they're doing. That there's going to be I think at least 2 more seasons of this in different time periods. So give me more of this. Yeah,
I think it's supposed to be in 1930s.
Yeah, because every 28 years, but it's going to go. And the way, the way they do, it won't just be, it's a sequel and a prequel because of something they do and how Pennywise perceives time and all that. Yeah. So it's just really smart and and actually Johnny's got some good points here. that I forgot to mention that, it's you have we definitely need, like, it's funny you mentioned that, Johnny. Prior to the show, I'm like, I don't need a Hot Toys or an in-art Pennywise. I didn't think I did. Dude, I need one. I mean, like, I was at some craft fair with Mila. She does like craft booth, and like someone made this. I got this a couple weeks ago. That's my Pennywise. I mean, obviously it's some thing that someone made. But yeah, I totally need a Hot Toys or an in-art, 2.0 Pennywise. Absolutely. That's how effective this show is. That made me want to get the figure. And like, yes, it connects a whole bunch of different Stephen King stories together, like Shawshank. I think there's even a reference to Stand By Me, and definitely in The Shining, you one of the characters in The Shining, and also Dr. Sleep, which is a sequel to The Shining, which is an underrated, really great film. Scatman Crothers played his character's name. What's the character's name? Mind block here.
Me too, actually. I'm blanking on it, but
I'm gonna look it up here.
But this, I mean, I was excited for the show because I really liked the films. Bill Skarsgård is amazing as Pennywise. The guy who did Adam Warlock in The Guardians.
Yeah.
The actor, I can't remember the actor's name right now for some reason, but he was supposed to play Pennywise in the It films, and then they had to recast with Bill Skarsgård, and he's amazing in this. And I would probably say that he is scarier in this series. I don't know if we get more of him in the series or not, because you don't even see him until like mid-season or something like that. Actually, speaking of that,
now they live down here with the clown.
so,
Dick Halloran is the character's name. Who he's in The Shining. He's the guy who's the caretaker. He trades it over to Jack Nicholson's character and goes away for the winter. Well, his character is in It Welcome to Derry and plays a very important role. And actually, I would love to see a spin-off series about his character. And there's just so many places they could go with this universe.
Yeah, and actually the weekend of the finale of Welcome to Derry, which was released on Sunday night, early December. So I watched The Shining in the theater for the first time in IMAX that Saturday, the day before Welcome to Derry. So I had a nice Stephen King weekend, which was pretty cool. This would have been really, really high if I was doing TV series. It probably would have been number one, actually. I think it probably would have been number one for TV shows. So this is a great series. And initially, apparently, they weren't going to have Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise at all. They were just going to use some other, shape-shifting creatures or whatever throughout the series, but they actually got him to come back. And I do have the Hot Toys figure of this Pennywise, the Bill Skarsgård. If they were to do the series, I'm assuming it'll probably be the one where he's all mostly covered in blood, like from his, like from the nose down, he's covered in blood. So I'm assuming that's kind of figure that they would make of that for the show. But I don't think they would do it. I think they might have would have done it by now, but you never know with Hot Toys. But
and this series is dark. I mean, they do some really they kill kids in this.
Yeah, a lot actually.
Yes,
and that's Andy Muschietti, like you mentioned, Adam, which you were not a fan of the Flash. I actually did like the Flash, but yeah. So I'm glad this is still. I think they are doing a season 2, so I'm excited for that. So great show for sure. We have Mr. S. Beam, two-time Figures Talk Total Recall champ. A channel member. Thank you so much, Mr. S. Beam. Joined us in Figures Talk last night. Thank you so much, Mr. Beam.
He came back and took the championship back.
He did. Yeah, he was going to show up, and I'm going to take it.
Comeback story of 2026.
Right, the very first one, right? So I don't know. I think FEZ wants that shot again, so he could even it out. So we'll see, right? Let's see. Johnny says lots of clever Stephen King Easter eggs in this series. Yes, definitely. Let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if they did a spin-off. Adam, the actor, did a great job. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. Would love to see it.
Yeah, so let's see. All right, so moving on to my number 6. That's Final Destination Bloodlines. There's a love and hate situation with Final Destination with me because I really like the first 2. I did not like the third one, did not like the fourth one. The fifth one was kind of like a prequel in a way. It was okay. I kind of like more of the twist at the end more than anything. And then they made this Final Destination Bloodlines, which is the 6th one. Of course, I was going to watch it, but I still wasn't completely super excited for it. I know I was going to watch it. Initially, it was supposed to just drop it on HBO Max. But I think when the CEO now, what's his name? Zaslav?
David Zaslav.
Yeah, so I think
Zaslav.
when they came in, they decided this is so good that it needs to play in the theater, and they played it in the theater, and I watched it, and it's a lot of fun. It goes back to like the first Final Destination movies. They did everything very well. It wasn't as CGI crappy like some of the older movies. It has CGI stuff. Not saying that they don't, but it just looked really bad in some of the older ones. Even within the age, the time or its time and stuff like that. But I really enjoyed this. There's a lot of surprises. If you've seen these Final Destination movies, you might think it's going some way, and then it just kind of takes a different turn. But it was like, oh shit. A lot of fun with this, so I made it to my number 6. Have you watched any of these movies at all, Adam?
I have not, but I guess my question is, if it's the Final Destination, why do they keep making more of them? It's the final. I don't understand.
I think it's just the character's Final Destination, not the movie.
It's our last one, we promise. Oh wait, we got another one coming.
Yeah, because I think it's the 4th one. I think it's the 4th one. They literally called it the Final Destination because I think that was supposed to be the last one. And they've made 2 more. And now they're going to make even more because it did well, both critically and at the box office in 2025. So this is yet another example of how horror was a good year in 2025. This is one example as well, on top of dairy, weapons and stuff like that. But any other thoughts on this, Adam?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with the franchise. Other than my bad joke, I'm not familiar with it.
Okay. Let's see. Mr. Jose Plus, a moderator, says, hey fellas, Harrison has launched his video channel. Go ahead and subscribe. And that's his the link right there. So yeah, guys. So
Cool.
Viking Collectibles, Mr. Harrison, he's on Figure Stock now. He's regulars now as well. And he launched a new channel, which will have its first episode on January 29th, I think he said. So go ahead and subscribe. He talks about figures and focus on video games and photography. So definitely support our friend, Mr. Harrison. Jim and Vita, which a lot of us know here, the community, the collecting community space. So they're part of that show as well. So it's a combined show, live stream coming on Thursdays, I believe Thursdays. So definitely check that out there. Thank you so much there, Mr. Jose Plus. Ryan says, Final Destination Bloodline was much better than I expected. Yeah, exactly. That's how I felt for that one as well. Mr. S. Beam says, I liked Welcome to Derry very much. Probably would make my list too. After the first episode, it took me a bit to go back to it. Was rather traumatized being a dad myself. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I
Yeah, like
totally agree.
Like Adam said, these kids, they get taken out.
Yeah, sorry. I turned to my wife after that first episode, and we were both like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, it's pretty violent for even with little kids. So yeah. Johnny says this one hurt too much, or this one hurt to watch as Tony Todd was in the last stages of his condition. Yeah, he did not look well. Yeah, that's right. He looked very ill. He looked sick, which is kind of sad. And then he did pass away not too long after that. But we did get to see him one last time on Final Destination, Bloodlines. So yeah, that's true. I felt the same way, Adam, about the Final Destination sequels. Free Will 2 made me question the wisdom of the title name. Didn't they free him in the first one? I was talking about Free Willy?
Free Willy, probably.
Free Willy. I actually never seen the Free Willy movies.
I saw the first one.
Yeah, I never saw those. It was like a Michael Jackson track or something for one of those.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so that was my number 6. So let's move to Adam's number 5. So take it away, Adam.
Again, another great year for horror. Sinners is in. I hope this movie gets nominated for Best Picture. I think, based on some things that it should win. I know the film that won the Best Picture for the Golden Globe, and hopefully this isn't on your list of top 10, but should not have won. This is a great. It's not obviously it's not number one on my list, but it could be number one. To be honest with you, it could just as easily be. But there's something else that really hit me more. This is a great film, and it goes into some surprise. Ryan Coogler, who's an awesome director, of course the Black Panther films, Creed. He gave us a period piece that we haven't seen, things we haven't seen before. The acting, the cinematography, the editing, everything about it is awesome. And then where it goes halfway through the movie is, some people maybe, I think a lot of people, if you didn't know what happens, you didn't see that coming. Okay. All of a sudden it becomes a completely different movie. And I was totally there for it. And what really, just that alone made it an awesome movie. But then I think the very ending to it just made that special chef's kiss right at the end, the very last scene. I hope that this is a universe that he comes back to and we see more of some of these characters. Because I feel like I shouldn't say too much, even though I think a lot of people know that what the turn is, because in case you haven't seen it, it's like some of the things I've talked about, Bergonia or Paradise, or Weapons. The less you know about this going in, the better, and the more you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah, this one I'm not going to talk much about because it's in here. Just don't know where, right? But yeah, it's a great film.
For me, this would have been my number one film of the year up until something I saw a few days ago that just kind of emotionally, took me apart. But this is up there as one of the best films of the year, I think. Yeah,
I'll talk about it more when I get to my portion of that. But yeah, definitely agree on that there, Mr. Adam. Miss Vita, her geeky side,
hey Vita,
joining us here. What's up, guys? Hello, Vita. Thank you for joining us here. And Vita will be in that new channel with Jim and Mr. Viking Collectibles. So the link is in there. Jose dropped it. So you guys can go ahead and subscribe there. So thanks so much. It's at Vita. I think I've been pronouncing it wrong, but thank you so much, sir. Much appreciate that there. Mr. Beam says Sinners was great, or is great, he says. So there you go. Charlie says, what Blade could have been. Yeah, well, who knows what's going to happen with that? Because hearing rumors that it's canceled now completely, but I've been hearing things back and forth. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with Blade. Johnny says, sorry about the typos. I didn't even notice, Johnny. I'm shoveling snow while listening in the stream.
Careful of shoveling that snow. It could be dangerous. So be careful there, my friend.
Oh, is it really?
No, and people, you could have heart attacks by doing that. Seriously, it's
Oh,
very
wow.
it could be very dangerous.
Oh, wow. Did not even know that. Note, Sinners used costumes originally made for the future Blade movie. Yeah, I heard about that. Because they were supposedly going to do Blade set in that same era, right? 1920s, 1930s, stuff like that. But I guess they scrapped that. So they use some of the costumes for Sinners. S-Beam says Geo wouldn't know. Yeah, definitely not a single moment that I ever have to do that. But that is very true. My number 5 is a surprising one for me as well. This was released early in the year. I think it was January. It's a movie called Companion, with Jack Quaid and what's the actress's name? Trying to find Sophie Thatcher. So again, this is one of those movies that the least you know about is also better. You can kind of have an idea based on the poster here, but this movie is actually very entertaining throughout, and is actually pretty funny. There was some crazy shit that's happening in this movie that I was like, holy shit. And I was not expecting none of that for this film. And that's probably what increased my, my liking of the film itself. But it was a solid movie from the beginning. I graded it really high when I first reviewed it, or like graded it in the beginning of January. Is like, it's not going to make it to the top 10. It's January. There's going to be a shitload of other movies that are going to come out. And nope. Number 5, Companion. Great film. I think it might be on Max. It might be a Warner Brothers movie. I'm not entirely sure, but let me see. Yeah, it is a Warner Brothers movie. It should be on HBO Max. Have you heard of this, Adam?
I haven't. I like Jack Quaid. I like him in The Boys. I'll check that out.
Yeah, so it was pretty good. S-Beam says, understands the concept of snow, says S-Beam, right? AI girlfriend's rule, says Charlie. Yeah, right? Yeah, some craziness in this film for sure. Companion is so good, says Ryan Swayze. Yeah, exactly, right? 2026 top 10 will be bonkers hard to make. Just saying. I
hope so.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of movies. I mean, we talked about it last time, most anticipated films of 2026. A much better list than 2025. So hopefully some of those movies are actually going to turn out good. Like this movie right here, Companion, that was not even in my radar at all when I did my top 10 most anticipated films of 2025. This one was not anywhere near that. And some other ones that are in here, I either didn't even know about them or I just had no interest. And here they are in my top 10. So that was mine there, Adam. So let's go to Mr. 1M12's number 4. Take it away.
This is Pluribus. It's on Apple TV Plus. It's starring Ray Seahorn, and it's she was in Better Call Saul. It's by Vince Gilligan, who was the creator, showrunner of Better Call Saul, and of course, most famously, Breaking Bad. And he also had a hand in writing and producing a lot of really good episodes of The X-Files. So it's a sci-fi show, and it is her acting. She just won a Golden Globe. She is incredible. She was great in Better Call Saul, and it is. Again, it's another one. I hesitate to say too much about it, other than that everyone is happy in this world, but she is not happy, and they want her to be like them and conform to be happy. So that's all I'm going to say. It is an awesome show. It just finished its first season. Vince Gilligan, I mean, I think Breaking Bad is one of the greatest television shows of all time. Mm-hmm. So, if if you like his, if you're a fan of his work, it's not like Breaking Bad, but his sensibility, I think you'll like this show, and it's on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, I just started watching this. I think I finished episode 3, and when you mentioned about the stuff that's happening, without not spoiling too much, to me, it's like I would just stay like that, be like, I'm getting some things, that I would normally not get, but then you kind of think about it as like, wait, this can't last too long, right? Like it can't. In fact, they're trying to not keep it that way. So it was pretty good. Like I said, I'm on episode 3. I don't know how many episodes. Is it like 8?
8 episodes. Yeah, the first season.
8 episodes. Yeah,
and it's going to come back for another season. I think for a couple more. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's on Apple TV Plus. I just recently subscribed again. I had canceled it for a while, so I can watch F1, and then I was like, "Oh, check this one out," because this is on Apple. But so far, pretty good. But I'm not done with it yet. But so yeah, that was Adam's number 4. SB Pluribus is Apple TV, right? Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Yep, correct. My number 4, to Brick's delight, is Fantastic Four. First Steps. So I always want to call it Baby Steps. I actually did like this movie, surprisingly as well. It was not in my most anticipated films of 2025, even though I knew there was a Fantastic Four movie coming. It did not make it to that list, but now it's here as number 4. I had a lot of fun with this. The characters were cool. Everything was really good. I know Mr. Brick Artemis, who a lot of you guys know here in this space. He said he didn't like the third act, and I kind of get what you mean. Brick has explained this to me several times, and I totally get that. It's kind of like it was too easy, considering the character of Galactus. But overall, if you guys have seen the movie, he wasn't fully defeated. You know what I mean? But that was cool. Like I like the ambience. The presence, the aesthetic, the look, the score, great performances as always. Effects were good. Even though I did have a little issue with the Mr. Fantastic's special effects. So that one was a little odd, but overall, it was a really good, solid movie for sure, and it made it to my number 4. So it's a lot of fun. I think it's on Disney Plus now. I think it's been in there for a while. And it actually, box office wise, it didn't do as well as expected, which I'm kind of surprised. But overall, the best, not that the bar was really high, but definitely the best Fantastic Four film that has been made. But and the Silver Surfer, Julia, I think it's Julia, right? Julia Garner?
Yeah, Julia Garner.
She was awesome in this too. She was awesome.
I agree.
But take it away there. I know this was on your list earlier, but any other thoughts?
Yeah, I would, a couple of things I just thought of. They called the Fantastic Four Marvel's first family, and I think they did a really good job of capturing that it is that was part of one of the main story plot points about that they're a family, and I thought they really nicely captured that family dynamic, and I thought the casting was very good. I know people sometimes have been kind of down on Pedro Pascal. I thought he was good in the role. I like Pedro Pascal. I understand people feel like he's been overexposed, but I'm a fan of his. Joseph Quinn, I liked him as Johnny Storm. I liked Sue Storm. I think Eben Moss-Baccarat, who's in the Bear, and he had a role in the first season of Andor. He was great, I think, as Ben Grimm. And like you said, I think Julia Garner. A lot of people she's not the real Silver Surfer. But there is a female Silver Surfer. And then I thought she was very good.
Yeah, she was perfect. When the first cast her, I was like, really? Like, not just there was a female Fantastic Four, because I know Silver Surfer, but because I know there is another one, but I was kind of like, why were they going this route exactly? But I mean, they were going to present it there, and she was awesome. She was great in this. Beam says, I like Fantastic Four. I think I like Sinners more, though. Yeah, so that's Mr. Beam there. All right, so that was my number 4. That's Mr. Adams, number 3.
So I loved, and I talked about this last week on your show. Stranger Things is one of my favorite series of all time. And I loved the ending to this. I loved, this was not the best season of Stranger Things, without question. The best seasons of Stranger Things, in my view, are the first season and the 4th season.
Yeah.
But I think that, I do think they stuck the landing on this compared to some other series, how they ended. I thought they, from a standpoint of, do you feel like the journey was worth it and that they, you felt something? And I thought emotionally, I really liked how they wrapped up the ending to the show. Those final scenes, in the basement were just, love them. It just, brings me to tears thinking about it. So I thought this is, a great series. I think and I'm sure I'm going to I've seen every season multiple times. So I know I'm going to rewatch the series again at some point, a year from now, a few months from now, whenever. And I think it'll be very good as one big binge.
Yeah, so I talked about that as well on my stream a couple weeks ago when the finale premiered, and I not perfect for sure. The finale itself, the season, it's definitely not among the better seasons. Like you mentioned, Adam, 1 and 4 are the best seasons for sure. But I actually did like, even with its flaws, a lot of people have pointed out plenty of flaws with that finale. But overall, it was something that's fit with everything else, and I think it worked pretty well overall. And like I mentioned, I watched it in the theater, and it was a great experience watching in the theater with a bunch of just Stranger Things fans who were very excited for the finale, watching it here on the big screen, looking at all those great performances and effects there, and all these great character moments in a room, in a theater. It was a great experience overall. So that's why I really did like the finale overall. And like I said, not the greatest season, like Adam mentioned, but I still think it was pretty good. Not too bad at all.
I will say that one place where they dropped the ball is they really should have got it. Netflix is doing a lot of stuff or Hot Toys is doing a lot of stuff with Netflix, but they dropped the ball on not getting a contract for their figures, because I've gone online to try to find a couple of the
3-0.
3-0. I was looking for Vecna and Demogorgon, and good luck trying to find them for a reasonable price on eBay. I'm sure the prices will go back down at some point, but and the 3-0 figures are okay. I really would like to see Hot Toys get this line.
The Vecna figure is not bad though, right? Maybe because it's not.
Vecna figure is good, but you can't find it for it's kind of pricey now.
Because the ones that I've seen of Mike, that one's kind of the likeness is pretty bad.
Not so good.
But I guess Vecna, because it's kind of like a creature, you kind of can't really fuck it up that much. Because I've seen that, it looks pretty good, but I wasn't collecting Stranger Things figures, but yeah. So that's Mr. 1 out of 12's number 3. SBM says great series. Best season was 4 for sure. Yeah, it's definitely up there. 1 and 4. Yeah, I would agree with that. All right, moving on to my number 3. Hold on a sec here. Oh, okay. All right, so my number 3. There's a lot of surprises actually this year, even though it was kind of weak year. My number 3 is a film called Marty Supreme, starring Timothy Chalamet. Some of them call him the ping pong movie with Timothy Chalamet. Yeah, it's directed by one of the Safdie brothers. I forget which brother is it. Is it Benny, or something? So there's the two brothers who have been working together in films. They made the film Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler a few years ago. In 2025, they decided to direct their own individual films. One of the other brothers directed The Smashing Machine with The Rock, with Dwayne Johnson, and the other brother directed Marty Supreme. This film is, I do think this might be Timothy's year for Best Actor Oscar. I think it's going to be his year, but we'll see what happens. But he was amazing in this. I would still say that his performance was better in what's it called? The
Bob Dylan movie.
The Bob Dylan movie. What can't remember the name? Can't remember the name of the movie now. Unknown something. Anyways, the Bob Dylan movie. I can't remember the name of it right now. But I think his performance was better in that film. But of the performances,
A Complete Unknown.
A Complete Unknown. There you go. Complete Unknown. Thank you, Adam. Complete Unknown. That was one of my favorite movies last year as well. So he was great. I think he's better in that movie. But compared to the performances that I've seen this year, I think this is the best one that I've seen so far. Obviously, I haven't seen every single movie. And that was a little side note that I actually meant to mention earlier. Obviously, I haven't seen every single 2025 film, right? There's still some other movies that I'm going to watch later. But like I said, I do watch several films throughout the year. But so far, I think it's the best performance that I've seen in 2025. And this is not just a ping pong movie. I don't want to spoil too much. The only thing that I would say, if you have seen Uncut Gems, it's a little similar to that. There's a lot of components to that film. But just consider a character that plays ping pong, and he's kind of like a selfish young guy, and he's kind of like, getting around, getting things done, in unconventional ways, and it's kind of funny and it's entertaining. So I actually really did like this film, Marty Supreme. I think it's doing okay in the box office, but don't be deterred that it's just a ping pong movie, because it's not really a ping pong movie per se. But those are my thoughts there. Any thoughts on this, Adam?
I haven't seen it yet. I looking to see when it comes out in digital. Looks like it's probably coming out February 2nd. I'm gonna see it when it comes out. I think isn't Kevin O'Leary from Shark Tank? He's got a role in this.
Yes, he's in that. Yeah.
So yeah, I want to see it. This kind of reminds me of, like, I don't know if sometimes if the titles of these movies, like, no one remembers that A Complete Unknown is they call it the Bob Dylan movie, like the Social Network. Everyone calls it the Facebook movie. So maybe this one should have been called Not Just a Ping Pong Movie.
Right, not just a ping pong movie, right? We have my sister Alice, a film called Marty Supreme, like it's some underground movie no one has heard of, she says. Yeah. Valkyrie says, Julia was great in this movie, but not for me as a teenager. I love Norin Wizarad as a Silver Surfer going out through the universe. What about Fantastic Four?
And they say that he will be in the future of the MCU.
Yeah, that's what I heard about too. That's what I read as well. That there's another one coming in the future there. So that was my number 3. So let's go and do Adam's number 2. So here we go.
So probably anyone who's watched your channel and had me talk about this probably should be no surprise. This is on my top 10 list. This is Andor, obviously Star Wars. I think it's along with Rogue One, the best Star Wars we've had since the original trilogy, or at least since Revenge of the Sith. I just think this is an extraordinary series. The writing, direction, the production, the acting, phenomenal. And in particular, like this show is a slow burn, so you gotta be be a little bit patient with it because it builds and builds. But in that sense, somewhat it's kind of like particularly the first season or two of Breaking Bad. You got to give it some time to build up, and then it really explodes. And the last 3 episodes of season 2 are some of the best TV you will ever see. Just so good. Yeah, I can't recommend this highly enough. You really see like just a bureaucratization of evil that the Empire was, and it really, you can watch Andor, then go into Rogue One, and it flows very nicely into Star Wars, A New Hope.
Yeah, it's definitely very grounded. More, when I say adult, I don't mean like Star Wars is not also adult, but it just goes into more details as to, I guess the political system and stuff like that. That goes into more details when it comes to the Empire and all the moving pieces that we haven't really seen in the other Star Wars movies. That's a little bit more lightsabers and some creatures and stuff like that. So I did really like this. It would have been top as well if I was rating TV series. So that's it for 2 seasons, and I think that's it. The showrunner, what is it, Tony
Gilroy.
Gilroy. I guess he's done after this, right? So I mean, it's pretty much done with, I believe.
Yeah.
And then we get Rogue One. So good companion to watch the Andor seasons and then go into Rogue One. Because I know I watched it after I finished watching season 2. I watched Rogue One right after. And it was like perfectly set there. But yeah, great pick there, Adam. Andor. It is a slow burn, like you mentioned, but it's overall very good. I think this is my number 2. So here we go.
This way, man.
So my number 2 is Weapons. That was on Adam's list earlier. So this was a great film. It is insane what happens in this. The marketing of this, I mentioned this before, I forgot what stream it was. I kind of like the way with some filmmakers, or not more filmmakers, but some of the marketing campaigns and stuff like that kind of advertise certain films a different kind of way, or they just advertise it just nicely that intrigues you. And the trailer of this was great because it gives you enough information that you want to just know more about. So it's like, what's happening? Like, well, why are these kids just running out of their homes at a specific time, at a specific location, and why are they running that way? And there's a mystery about it, and they're missing. And it's like, where could they have possibly gone? And it's a horror film. Like I said, one of the films that's made 2025 a great horror film year. And if you haven't seen this, definitely check this out. Julia Garner is the lead. What's his name? Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin is in this. I always forget the guy's name who plays the young Han Solo.
Alden Ehrenreich. Yeah, that's right.
Yes. And then the lady, which I forgot her last name again, Amy
Madigan.
Madigan. She's awesome in this. I hope she gets at least nominated for Best Supporting Actress and possibly win.
Benedict Wong is in it.
Oh yeah, he's in this. There's just crazy ass scenes that happen, especially the third act. The third act gets completely nuts. So definitely love this. My number 2. Any other thoughts, Adam, on this?
It was so good that this made me to go back and watch the director Zach. I think you pronounce his last name Kregers. He directed a movie called Barbarian, and I went back and watched that. Not as good as Weapons, but it was an interesting picture.
Yeah, not as good as Weapons, but it was a solid movie. I saw that in the theater, and I was like, "What the hell's going on with this movie?" Because it was kind of like marketed that same way. Like, it just showed you a little bit of something happening and kind of intrigues you a little bit, but didn't show that much about what the story is really about, but just enough that you want to go see more. That's not as much as Weapons, but that one was also good too. Johnny says, "What bureaucratization?
Bureaucratization.
Okay, there you go. Say that 3 times fast.
Bureaucratization. Yeah.
So there you go.
That easy one.
S Beam says loved Andor. So yeah, there you go. Another Andor fan. My sister Alice says I was scared to watch Weapons, but was surprised at how funny it was. Really?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
there's definitely humor in it.
For sure. Yeah, so that was my number 2. So let's go and do the top spot here. So here we go. So this is Adam's number 1 for 2025. So here we go.
After midnight, out in the moonlight, just like we used to do, I'm always walking.
So I just saw this. This is Song Sung Blue, and I just saw this the other day. It is. I love this movie. It is such a great movie. Now, there's it's a little schmaltzy some things, but first of all, it's about Hugh Jackman, who we all love as Wolverine, and Kate Hudson. They are outstanding. I think they both deserve to be nominated, and I certainly hope Kate Hudson is nominated and wins because she is great. It's a true life story about about a couple who were they had a Neil Diamond tribute band in Wisconsin, in Milwaukee, in the late 80s and 90s. And it's actually based on a documentary called Song Sung Blue, which after watching the movie, I watched the documentary. You can watch it free on YouTube. And it is an incredible story. And actually everything in the movie is it's all true. They kind of sped up things a few, for dramatic purposes, but everything that's depicted in the movie, like just some outrageous things that you like, no, this could never happen in real life. Yeah, it happened in real life. And they're like, again, they lived in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. They're, they tribute band to Neil Diamond, and they kind of were like local celebrities in Milwaukee. They actually opened for Pearl Jam at Summerfest in Milwaukee, and kind of maintained contact later on with Eddie Vedder. It is if you love Neil Diamond's music, which how could you not? I mean, I love Neil Diamond's music. It's just great music. The chemistry between Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson is phenomenal. So I love this movie. And the other great thing, this is like a movie that Hollywood used to make about like just two people like working people who are just doing their thing, and trying to make a life for themselves. They have some challenges. They have a lot of challenges, these characters, and adversity they face. But it's a family that loves each other, that supports each other, them and their kids, and we don't see that enough anymore. I think this is a fantastic film. Now maybe in some other years when we had some the Saving Private Ryans of the world, Titanic, something like that, would this be my number 1 film? No, but I picked it as my number 1 film because it's like more of a traditional Hollywood film that we just don't see anymore, that I wish we saw again. And I hope more people see it.
I had no interest in watching this when I saw the trailer, Adam. But I'll check it out. Did you say that you bought it on Apple TV?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I love Hugh Jackman, and I love the music of Neil Diamond. I think just love that music. I grew up listening to that. Grew up listening to that music. My folks listen to it. I love Neil Diamond's just great American music.
Who's Neil Diamond? Just kidding.
Come on.
So I've been hearing some.
And the other piece too is like, it shows like, if you ever like, if you're a fan of music, you see like a band, like a tribute band or someone or any band playing at a bar or a restaurant. A lot of times people are there, they're just eating their dinner, and you're not really paying attention to the performer playing. And you see it's not an easy life being just kind of like a local performer. It's not everyone ends up like Neil Diamond, not everyone ends up like Pearl Jam or Taylor Swift. Sometimes you just struggle through life, and and that's kind of this story. It's a great film.
Yeah, Kate Hudson is getting some Oscar buzz. Not so much Hugh Jackman, but Kate Hudson, because she already got Golden Globe nom and the Actors SAG. So next week they might call her name. But I haven't seen this yet. But I do plan to watch it. And not too distant future, but I'm planning on watching it soon. So that Song Blue, that's Mr. 112's number one film / TV series of 2025. So we have Alice saying, also I went to a concert and the guy who played Alex's dad was the opener. I'm not sure which one you're referring to, Alice. Let me know what you mean by who
Alex who.
Yeah, I'm not sure who you're referring to. Let me know. Johnny says, why do I get the feeling that Adam's wife made him watch this?
The opposite. My wife didn't know about it. You know why I first heard about this film? Actually, I give credit to Film Threat, Chris Gore and Alan Ng. I watched their podcast. They're great music film journalists, and I think both of them actually have this at the top. Alan has this as his number one film, and Chris Gore has it as his number two film of the year, and I totally agree with them. That's why I first heard of it, and I love the music of again, I love the music of Neil Diamond. If anytime you've gone to a Red Sox game, you hear Sweet Caroline playing, and back before they started playing Sweet Caroline at Sox games, and they showed this in the film. Like, I remember being in college in the 90s, and you go to any like bar or club, and at some point in the night, the DJ would play Sweet Caroline, and everyone's, whatever conversations they're having or doing, everyone stops what they're doing and they do a sing along to that. And it kind of shows that in this room that people, whatever care, whatever problems they have, people stop for a moment and they share in that love for that music.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so this is out now if you want to, I think, buy it or rent it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's on streaming, Apple, or I'm sure Amazon's got it too.
Alice saying Alex from Weapons. Oh, okay. You got Figures and Fandom joining us. Hey guys, hello there.
Hey Steve.
Thank you for joining us here. Much appreciated there. All right, so now we get to my number one spot there. So here we go.
There are legends of people born with the gift of making music so true it can pierce the veil between life and death.
So yes, Sinners. Sinners was my number one film when it first came out in April, and again, I thought there's gonna be another movie that's gonna come out in 2025 that'll probably push it, but not the case. So Sinners, my favorite film of the year, top film of 2025. I had some issues with this movie. There's definitely some issues with it. I didn't love the structure of the storytelling because there's different. It seems like different type of genres in one film, which sometimes it's fine, but sometimes it's kind of It didn't work as smoothly as I would have liked, but overall, it was a great film. Best performance by Michael B. Jordan by far. A lot of people say that his best performance was in Black Panther, which I don't really agree with. I think this is his best performance here, playing two characters, twins here, and they're different. They're different characters, even though they are twins. And there's some other great performances in this movie. The score, of course, that definitely stands out a lot. The music, we got the vampires, the horror stuff, whatever going on here. Directed by Ryan Coogler, who directed Black Panther and Fruitvale Station. Great cinematic experience for sure. And a lot of people seem to be liking this film. Did well at the box office. I did do a review with Mr. Jay Feasy on his Figures Media, That One movie. So if you haven't seen that, catch that on Mr. Jay Feasy's YouTube channel. Again, Feasy's Media. We did the thorough review of the film. It's like an hour and a half or 2 hours long, and I give my thoughts. Feezy gives his thoughts about this film. A lot of good stuff in this film here, and yeah, it stayed at number one. Like I said, overall, not the greatest year in movies in general, but horror was definitely strong, and Sinners was definitely up there. And I also predicted in that review with Mr. J. Feasy's stream, I predicted that it will get all these Oscar nominations, even though it was early. So we'll see how close I was when those predictions come Thursday, because the nominations are going to come out. I do expect Ryan Coogler a director nomination or screenplay nomination, and the music score of this as well. I know this was already on your list earlier, Adam, but any other thoughts?
Yeah, this was I had this at number 5. And you know, if I hadn't seen Song Sung Blue, this would have been my top movie of the year, theatrical movie. Michael B. Jordan in 2 different roles in this. You know, he's a great actor. And Haley Steinfeld, she's excellent in this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just an awesome movie. I think I can't really say. I think it's one of a certain type of. It's the best of a certain type of genre. And since I saw a movie in 1987 by Joel Schumacher, and you know, so
okay.
Do your own research to see what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
With Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's gonna be in he's gonna be in town in a couple weeks.
Kiefer Sutherland?
Yeah. He's going to be at CreepyCon that I'm going to at the end of January. And he's going to be there. They're doing a reunion photo booth. Photo op with that movie that you're talking about, because there's several actors who are in that movie that are going to be there too at the end of the month. Yeah, so he's going to be there, and some other actors that were in that film. But yeah, guys, so that was my number 1, Sinners, Ryan Coogler's. I expect several Oscar nominations. I don't know how many it'll win. Maybe for writing is what I'm guessing, best original screenplay, and the music, because the music is amazing in this for sure. That definitely stands out. But that was it, guys. That was the list. So just to recap from the very beginning. So we go to the beginning here. So we have a few honorable mentions that Adam did. Task, the series, 28 years later, was an honorable mention of mine. This is a documentary, right, Adam?
Documentary.
Closure. That was an honorable mention of Adam's. The film Warfare as well. Adam's Superman. Frankenstein by Guillermo del Toro, directed by Guillermo del Toro. Fantastic Four, First Steps is number 10 for Adam. My number 10 was Begonia with Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. Train Dreams was Adam's number 9. Mine was Twinless. Paradise TV series on Hulu, that's number 8 for Mr. Adam. The horror remake Silent Night, Deadly Nights, that was my number 8. Weapons, number 7 for Adam. Lilo and Stitch live action film is number 7 for me. Welcome to Derry as Adam's number 6. Final Destination Blue Lines is my number 6. Adam's number 5 was Sinners. Companion was number 5. The TV series Pluribus is Adam's number 4. Fantastic Four First Steps is my number 4. Stranger Things Season 5 is number 3 for Adam. Marty Supreme is number 3 for me. Andor Season 2 is number 2 for Adam. Weapons, number 2 for me. Song Sung Blue, number 1 for Adam. And for me, it's Sinners. So that's the list for 2025. I am planning on watching a couple more movies that are still released in 2025 as we get to the Oscar season and stuff like that. But that's it for this list. Mr. Adam, thank you so very much for being a part of this.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Appreciate your time here. So let me show what you got going on. So take it away.
I'll be stopping on. Well, first of all, again, hope you continue to feel better. Enjoyed putting this list together, Gio. I always, I like to have like a. Obviously, we're very much into like genre films, sci-fi, superhero, horror. But I like to have. I have diverse tastes, so I like to have like a diverse list of things. And so I think, and both of us clearly did. So I think that was very cool. I'm going to be stopping by the ARTEMIS Bugle 6 tonight. I think it's 8 p.m. Eastern time. I think I'll see you on that for a bit for his second anniversary show. And, see you back next Friday night for another Figures Talk.
Oh, yeah. Well, thank you, Adam. Thanks very much, as always, for being on here, the Met Report and Figures Talk. I think your first episode, the first time you were on this channel was on the Met Report episode, I think, no? So
I think you're right. Yes, you're correct.
I think it was a Met Report episode, but
yep.
But thank you, Adam, for being here. You've been on this channel for like a year and a half or longer now, so thank you so much for always coming on here. So for me, actually, let me do this real quick. So let me thank the channel members real quick here. So we have Mr. Yomo, TJ Mike, Blur That Life, Jay Feezy, Mr. Moose, Big Rib, Matthew, Collector Joey, Alice, Ivan, my cousin, Ash Chase, Johnny Chronicles, VFG Movie Reviews, X-Man Supreme, Blue Tattoo, AJ, Mr. Brick Artemis, Robbie, Feel the Burn, rest in peace, Robert Burns, Valkyrie Magnus, Mr. One Adam 12, Mr. Larry Walker, Mr. S Beam, and Viking Collectibles. And actually, last night, Mafia, Anthony, he joined the membership, so I'll add him here soon. So thank you guys who have entered the Canon Matrix membership. I really do appreciate all your time here, supporting the channel this way, on top of watching and things like that. So very much appreciated there. More things coming when it comes to the membership, and then I'm still going to send something out to the members who have been doing this for a year. So keep an eye out. I haven't fully decided what I'm going to send you guys yet for the 1-year membership, but keep an eye out in your mailboxes and stuff like that. But so thank you so much there. The top fan for today, if you're a channel member, actually we have Charlie was actually number 1. Now he's not a channel member, but he is number 1. So thanks so much, Charlie, for joining us here on the Met Report. Like I said, I've seen you more so on the chats and on this channel. So thank you so much for continuing to return here. So very much appreciate that there. So there you go there. Let me see here. So then we have the 26 Oscar nominations announced on Thursday morning. I am going to do this. I usually do this by myself. I just kind of go over the announcements live as they announce them. And then that's pretty much it there. I think it's like at 5:30 in the morning or something on Thursday morning, Pacific time. And then I break down the nominations. Currently set with Mr. Alex Montano, Saturday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, which is January 24th. So we'll be doing that there, and then Figures Talk Friday nights. So I'll be doing that. But again, Mr. 112, thank you so much for joining here in the panel or here in the stream. So thanks so much there. Johnny says, great stream, fellas. Made shoveling that snow less terrible. So there you go. Glad we could help on that front there, Johnny, a channel member. Thank you so much. And that's it, guys. So I'll be on Bugle 6 later tonight, 5 p.m. Pacific time. So definitely check that out for the Bugle 6 second anniversary on Brick ARTEMIS show. And then I'll see Adam there and some other collectors as well. So thank you guys. Have a great weekend. And I'll see you guys next time. See you soon.
Have a good one.